Cowherd, has O'Brien mishandled the quarterback situation?
No. Let me tell you what's happened here. Bill O'Brien has a complex system. It's very New England. It's hard to learn it in 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks. So Savage knows the playbook because he's been there longer. And all of a sudden the game starts and you see an utter deterioration of the tackle play. And Bill O'Brien's like, uh-oh, I got to get my more instinctive natural athlete, Deshaun, in the game because we don't have a shot here. Bill O'Brien's offense is not made to show up, do a camp, and play. They got trapped. They got trapped. And so, now my feeling's always been Deshaun's the best quarterback in this last draft. I think they're all Bs. I didn't see an A guy like a Wentz guy or a Derek Carr. But I think he got trapped, and I think it was a fluid situation. He went, what guy can avoid this utter chaos?
And what young quarterback can I put in harm's way? We can't block anybody, so I might as well get my rookie quarterback beat up early in his career and perhaps erode his confidence. The Jaguars, they didn't block anybody.
Right.
They had 10 sacks.
So and you want to put a guy in there that can actually avoid it or a guy in there that might get murdered? I mean, because Tom Savage might die behind that offensive line.
I don't have much invested in Tom Savage. I don't want my young quarterback beat up behind a line that can't block.
Here's the great point. You have got an offensive line, the play of the offensive line in general, and the way the league works now, we don't get a practice. Nobody puts pads on. Everybody puts patty cake, right? Touch. Nobody develops. Listen, you can talk about the quote-unquote skill position. You want to get me pissed off? Let's talk about skill position players. Because guess what? I can line up. I can go down to the cafeteria here at Fox, throw a football. Anybody can catch it and throw it back to me. Ain't not one person in there that can block me one-on-one. I will open a can of whoop ass down there in the cafeteria.
I disagree with that.
All right? That is.
So it's a skill.
So it is a skill. And here's the beauty of it. The NFL forever has been doing this to players. Hey, guess what, man? Didn't have as good a year last year. I know you got 3 years left on your contract. We're going to give you less money, and you're going to have to accept it. Dwayne Brown, one of the elite left tackles in football, said, I've outplayed my contract, and I ain't coming to camp until you pay me. And guess what? Houston called his bluff. Guess what you should do? You should back up a truck and pay that man because your offensive line is abysmal. And that would start fixing it a little bit to protect your rookie quarterback.
Well, one thing is, now let's take a step back. First thing they should have did, is possibly get Tony Romo from Dallas. That would have been a start to have a quarterback there. I mean, a quarterback that can learn a system very quickly. And also, now, I know this might be a sore subject, but Colin Kaepernick most definitely can outplay Tom Savage. I mean, that would have been a move right there that the Texans should have said,
Romo would already be on IR. And Kaepernick
would what? He wouldn't be kneeling, I bet you that.
He wouldn't be kneeling. He'd be running for his life.
But there is something to what Mark's saying, is that there's always been a sense that the real stars are on the perimeter. But with limited practice time, you know this as a lineman, with limited practice time, a receiver and a running back, especially a running back, it's kind of a plug and play.
Hold up.
Left tackle, center is not. And with the deterioration of offensive line play, Dwayne Brown is worth what a star receiver is.
We're way off course here, though. Bill O'Brien, early in his career, gets to work with Tom Brady and the New England system and gets a bit spoiled. He does a nice job at Penn State, comes here to Houston, though. They've had 9 different quarterbacks since 2014. That's more than the Cleveland Browns. That's more than everybody in the league. He doesn't wait long to run them in and out on a yo-yo string. Again, I like Deshaun Watson. I think he's got a bright future. But if you throw a quarterback out there behind a line that can't protect, that's how you erode their confidence and change them for the rest of their career. I would pump the brakes a little bit. I would let Tom Savage go out there and take that beating. That's what he's good for. And I would, again, on a short week, and the Bengals and Marvin Lewis desperate to try to right their ship, they're going to put a lot of heat on Deshaun Watson. And I just wouldn't do this to this kid.
I would argue the 9 quarterbacks. Yates, Whedon, Keenum, Hoyer, Mallett, Osweiler, Savage. You might be able to combine all those guys and get 1 or 2 quarterbacks, but I would argue the 9 quarterbacks.